Good morning, Ohio. James Ernest of The Grueling Truth here with Josh Alexander of The North and Impact Wrestling. Josh, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
What is your first memory of Impact Wrestling?
Honestly, I came in from wrestling on my trampoline with my best friend, and we turned on pay-per-view on a Wednesday night, and I saw the Flying Elvises against Jerry Lynn, AJ Styles, and Low-Ki, and it changed my life. I discovered an entirely new type of wrestling that I had never seen before, this X-Division style that AJ Styles, Low-Ki, and Jerry Lynn and all those guys brought, and I was hooked immediately, and it completely, as I said, it changed my life. It made me want to pursue wrestling. I knew I didn't have to be 300 pounds and 6'8" to do this now. So, that's the first memory I have. The very first show, very first match.
Awesome. I agree with you. Some of the great legends and definitely Impact has its own style of wrestling that has revolutionized the sport. How important is it to you to continue on the glorious tradition of Canadian wrestlers on Impact?
I've made it my goal, especially in the last probably 4 or 5 years, to really try to showcase Canadian wrestling on a world stage. That's been my sole goal before I entered Impact. Now I'm in Impact and I get to do it with a much larger platform. And it's paramount because Canada has produced some of the best wrestlers of all time. And there was a given time when the best wrestlers came into that Hart Dungeon in Calgary. Like a whole decade, a dozen wrestlers came into that dungeon and they ruled the world, the wrestling world. They were regarded as the very best. And then there was a drop-off, and then you have the Edge and Christians, and you have the Steams and the Sami Zayn. And for Ethan and I to be the next crop of Canadians that can carry that on and hopefully highlight some Canadian wrestling, that's awesome. That's our sole goal.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the tradition of wrestlers from Canada is overwhelming and phenomenal. It's a huge part of the history of professional wrestling. So what is the reason why you made the correct choice in 2019 when you signed with Impact?
Honestly, I was itching for an opportunity from just anywhere. I knew that if I stacked up against anybody in the world, I'm one of the best wrestlers on planet Earth when that bell rings in between those ropes. Impact Wrestling was the one that stepped up, and they offered me a contract, and I signed without even looking. I knew that once I got here, I'd be able to make a name for myself, and the first 2-3 months, I was tag team champion alongside my best friend and tag team partner, Ethan Page. We went on a historic tag team run, and now we're about to win those tag team championships back at Bound for Glory.
That is awesome. That is going to be
That is
awesome. That is going to be a huge match at Bound for Glory. How did the North get their start?
Ethan Page approached me, and we were best friends already. We were just both singles wrestlers in Canada, kind of traveling here and there in America at the time. And he said, look at the landscape of professional wrestling. We are 2 great singles competitors, and there are a lot of great singles competitors out there. If we become a tag team, we become a very good tag team, there's just less numbers of great tag teams out there. Bookings will come easier because people need tag teams on shows. And at the time, there was only 3 or 4 tag teams that were really marquee talents that were booked all over the place. So it was really his mastermind idea to convince me to be his tag team partner. And once we started, he was completely right. In the first 3 to 6 months, we blew up. We started getting bookings like we'd never seen before, getting paid better than we'd ever been paid before, getting attention like we'd never gotten before. And, it's been almost a decade now, and we've become, I couldn't imagine ever tagging with anybody else. I wouldn't want to. And, the glove fit. It was his suggestion, and it came together, but, it was meant to be.
So why is he one of the great professional wrestlers currently today?
Ethan Page?
Ethan Page, yeah. Why is Ethan one of the best wrestlers in the world today?
He is the most underrated in-ring talent I could name right now, because everyone looks at Ethan Page and they see a great entertainer. They see a loudmouth. They see a great talker. They see someone who enjoys all of those things. But I have seen Ethan Page go into a ring with somebody with less than capable experience and pull off one of the best matches I've ever seen on a moment's notice, because his wrestling skills are overlooked more than anything, and it's a disservice to him, but it also helps him at the same time, because sure, he's a great talker and everybody wants to be drawn to him, and he's built his brand on being an entertainer, but then he shows up in the ring sometimes and once people recognize how good he is every once in a while, it just puts him over the edge. Like, I think he's untouchable as a performer.
Is the Impact Tag Team division the strongest in the world?
Absolutely. Right now, there's no tag team division in the world that has more of an opportunity to show proper tag team wrestling, and the depth of the tag team division right now is untouchable.
Definitely, I agree with you. I mean, it has had such an amazing history over the years, the Impact Tag Team division, but this might even be one of, if not the strongest crops. So, now, our fans know, of course, Tuesday night to tune in. Where do they need to tune in on Tuesdays?
Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on Access in America. Up here in lovely Canada, you can tune in to Fight Network, and you can watch it on Twitch at 8 p.m. And if you can't watch it on Tuesday, you can catch the replay at 6 p.m. Fridays on Twitch.
Awesome. So, of course, we know about the main show, but we want to talk about all the extras, all the bonus content we're getting for Bound for Glory. Let's talk shop.
Yeah, Talking Shop, it airs right after Impact this Tuesday night at 10 p.m. And, the Good Brothers have come in with a lot of fanfare as a tag team, but they've also brought their brand, this Talking Shop-A-Mania stuff. And, it offers a different type of entertainment for wrestling fans, and it's something that's obviously caught on and caught the hearts and minds of a lot of fans. So for it to come in Impact and for Impact to be showcasing on Access in Bound for Glory Week, it's awesome.
The one I'm most excited for is This is Bound for Glory. The way I understand it, it's a documentary about the history of Bound for Glory.
Yeah, and it's going to be following, a few of the marquee matchups between Eric Young and Rich Swann, Deanna Purrazzo, and Kylie Ray. Personally, I'm a huge fan of all the documentary-style stuff that's been put out on Impact Plus over the years. Well, it's available on Impact Plus, but put out by Impact. So this one will just be another one to add to the list of things I need to watch.
Now, of course, Bound for Glory is going to be a huge pay-per-view, but the way I understand it, you have fans that are saying that's not enough content. They want something pre-show. Is there any type of thing before, like a countdown show?
Yeah, there's a live countdown for Glory. It's on Access TV, and it's the first time ever. It's an hour-long pre-show. Starts at 7 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern Time, obviously. And, it's just to help build the excitement, kick off this huge event, because after Slammiversary, it was one of the most watched Impact shows of years. Trended #1 worldwide. Riding into Bound for Glory, the flagship show for Impact, the biggest pay-per-view of the year. I expect even more eyes to be on it. So, you can start at 7 p.m. on Sunday with the Countdown for Glory.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is the tough question. Is it Bound for Glory? Is it Slammiversary? Which one, they're both amazing, but which one is the crown? Which one is the main pay-per-view for the year? Or is it they're just both so amazing in their own ways?
And this is just my personal opinion. I don't want to speak for anybody. But growing up, watching Impact Wrestling, being a fan, and then as a professional wrestler watching the shows, Bound for Glory has always been the marquee show to me. That has been the finality of the build-up. You know what I mean? That's the marquee event to me, personally.
So when is Bound for Glory?
Bound for Glory is on October 24th at 8 p.m., live on pay-per-view around the world. Dish Network, DirecTV, Rogers, Bell, Shaw, all these other cable providers, and then Fight TV online. You can order it anywhere in the world, as long as you have internet.
So it sounds like there's a wide variety of options to watch it.
Yeah, any option is available for ordering this pay-per-view. So there's not a lot of excuses not to order it and not to watch it, because it's a stacked show.
Oh, definitely. And then after last event, just people are talking up Impact like crazy, of course, with the big free agent signings, but with the amazing roster you had even prior to that, it's just so much great stuff's going on with Impact. Do you feel that this is one of it is the most exciting wrestling in the world?
Yeah, even before I was a wrestler, as a fan of pro wrestling, I loved surprises. I loved when things got mixed up. Everybody likes a little bit of change every once in a while. You can't have the same thing all the time. So Slammiversary offered this incredible event with all these surprises, and at the same time, it mixed up the roster. We added, just in the tag division, the Good Brothers and the Motor City Machine Guns on that night, two insanely popular tag teams with a ton of experience and success over the years, making the tag division even deeper. Then you add like Deanna Purrazzo into the mix, and she's already Knockouts champion, and you have Kylie Ray, like one of like I realize she's been in Impact for a little bit longer, but like now she's getting her shot at Deanna Purrazzo, and you have like the true babyface in professional wrestling, Kylie Ray, chasing a very talented Deanna Purrazzo, and like we get to find out if Kylie Ray can pull it off, if she has enough heart. Smiley Kylie, she's all heart, and you know, if she has enough to pull it off to be Knockouts champion. Like looking at the card right now, it's just so different than it was last year, and change is good. Because these are all names that have come into the company and made a name for themselves around the world, and they're bringing eyes to us. And then you have people like the Rascals and people like the North and Chris Bay and Willie Mack and all these people that have been with the company for years, ready to make a name for themselves, and now there's more eyes on us. So it helps everybody.
I agree. On one hand, the card is completely different from last year, but on the other hand, when it comes to the tag match, I mean, last year you had an amazing 3-team tag match. You were successful. How are you going to do that this year, going in as the non-champions with an additional tag team?
Last year was a completely different game plan. We knew we just had to survive. That's the easiest, the best defense was our offense last year. We just knew we had to come out on top at the end of that match because everyone was gunning for us. This year, we have to make a statement right out the gate. We get to do it, you know, Tuesday night on Impact when we face the Good Brothers. We're going to make a statement to them. But we're just going to have to capitalize. Me and Ethan, we're both in the best shape of our lives. We have been training for this for months now because we knew we would get this opportunity at Bound for Glory on the biggest stage, and we wanted to make the best of it. So we know those tag team championships, they truly do belong to us. We are the best tag team on planet Earth, regardless of who's holding the tag team championships right now. So we don't give too much respect to the Good Brothers, the Motor City Machine Guns, or Fulton and Ace. We know that they are in our territory in that tag team match at Bound for Glory.
Speaking of that, you were the last team to hold the belts prior to the Motor City Machine Guns. So do you want to especially go after them because you want to get revenge, or is it you're wanting to take on all comers in this match?
At this point, with what's been transpiring every Tuesday night on Impact, we want to make an example of all three of these tag teams right now. Everybody's claiming to be the best. Everybody's in each other's business. Everybody's trying to make a statement, and we're going to make the statement by coming out on top. That's it.
Excellent. So before we let you go, Josh, we want to cover the things again. We want to cover where we can watch on Tuesday, and of course we want to cover the Bound for Glory and how we can watch that. And our fans are definitely excited about your big event.
Well, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, available on Access TV or live on Twitch if you have internet and you do not have a cable provider. Bound for Glory is Sunday, October 24th at 8 p.m. It is available on In-Demand, Dish, DirecTV, Rogers, Bell, Shaw, SaskBell, and it's around the world digitally on the internet on Fight TV. So you have no excuse not to order, and come watch along and watch the North cement their legacy as the greatest tag team in Impact history when we win those tag team championships back.
Sounds great. Thank you, Josh, for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you.